If there's one thing I've learned from being a game developer, it's that change happens, and that's exactly what happened to my game. I know, Bricks, no one actually gives a shit about your game, it looks horrible. I know, that's why I decided to remake it. About 3 weeks ago, I was working on this extremely ambitious project and went, how the hell is this gonna work out for me? I'd have to own a AAA company to finish this game when I want to. I mean, I love the game idea, but it wasn't worth working decades on. So, I sighed, got out of bed, and went back to the drawing board. You see, I've been developing this game for the past 2 years, and I posted a video on YouTube about it. Needless to say, the algorithm's response wasn't great. Not only is this a reflection of bad video making, but it's also a reflection of a terrible game, and I mean terrible. So, my game sucks. How do I make it not suck? Change the entire f***ing thing, obviously. There's no saying to this, it's just how it goes. Around that time, I played the demo for Crow Country and really liked the way it did third person, so I just kinda... Actually, no, that's not how it works. Joke's on you. You just got fooled. I had to code the movement system from the ground up. And this is the dumbest poopy head crap I've ever seen. Oh, what's that? The player's going through walls? Just change this. Uh-oh, now the player's floating off into space. I literally just click this. Huh, the camera isn't even set up, so we don't know what the f the player's doing right now. Imported Cinemachine and yep, that worked. So that's all done, but I didn't want to put guns in the game like a loser. That's too generic. I want it to be special and unique. It's not gonna be like the other girls. I love being fast in games, it's just better, so I want to have mechanics that revolve around movement. So I got to work. I wanted to split the mechanics of the game into moves, and each time you make a move, you lose a certain amount of stamina based on the strength of that move. I came up with 3 moves: a dash, which damaged the enemies in front of you, a wall jump, which was more controllable than the dash, and the pulse, which killed all the enemies in a certain radius from you. First, I started on the dash move. This would be the weakest move of the 3 and would use less stamina than the others. So I got to coding, my favorite part. To start, I made it so that every time the X button on the controller is pressed, you get teleported forward. And that worked! Just kidding, fooled again. It didn't care about walls or floors. But finally, after all day, I did it. But of course, I wanted to kill the enemies, and this doesn't look like killing to me, so I told it to shoot a ray from the player's original position to the player's new position, and any enemy hit by the ray would be damaged. And first f***ing try, baby. After that, I wanted to add the wall jump. This move is probably my favorite just because of the way that you can maneuver around the enemies just to get a sweet kill in. The wall jump is a bit stronger than the dash, so it takes up more stamina to use. The way this works is that when you hold down the trigger on your controller, the player shoots a ray, just like the dash attack, but this time it only works if the ray hits a wall. If it does hit a wall, it gets the position of the ray hit and puts the player there. Also, the gravity and the movement of the player is turned off. But Bricks, how do you get off the wall if your player movement's turned off? Shut the hell up, I was about to get into that. God, you're very impatient today. To stay on the wall, you have to hold the trigger button, and if you release it, the player gets flung into the direction your joystick is facing. Finally, we have the last mechanic, the pulse. This move is extremely powerful and uses half of your health, so yeah, don't use it much. This power is pretty simple. When the B button's used, it gets all of the enemies, and it checks if they're in the attack radius. If it is, it'll be damaged. Wow, that was easy. It only took a week? Okay, after that existential crisis, I realized another thing. We don't have a way to die. What fun is that? There's no risk to playing the game. So I came up with 2 enemies, the default and the shooter. The names are a work in progress. The default enemy only chases you if you've been caught. It's a melee enemy, so it can only attack you when it has direct contact with you. The shooter enemy, however, has eyes all over its body, so it can see you anywhere. The shooter can fire spit at you and deals a ton of damage. Now that that's all finished, we can do the fun part. First, to give the move some feedback, I added blood to the enemies with Unity's particle system. The player looks kinda static, so I added a trail to show really how fast he is. But wait, doesn't this kinda look bland? Well good, because I made everything look like it was straight out of a comic book. I don't know why, it just seemed cool at the moment. I finally finished off styling by making a map. Sure, I know it looks like it's straight out of Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's nice I guess. Well, that's about it. I can't believe that I actually finished this video. I had no idea what I was doing. Thanks for bearing with me for this long. If you enjoyed watching me suffer, like the video and subscribe. Join the Discord, of course, because I need ideas to keep this channel running and I'm running out fast. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope you have an incredible day and I'll see you later.